They say pride destroys kings, but sometimes it builds empires that last forever. One insult, one angry moment, one man telling another he wasn't good enough. That single conversation created two of the most legendary car brands on Earth. Ferrari and Lamborghini. Red versus gold. Fire versus fury. This is the story of how ego, genius, and one farmer's rage built machines that made the world stop and stare. Let me show you exactly how it happened. In post-war Italy, one name ruled everything: Enzo Ferrari. Born in 1898, Enzo wasn't born rich. He was a metalworker's son. But from childhood, he had one burning obsession: speed, racing, victory. While Europe lay in ruins after World War II, Enzo Ferrari was building dream machines. Roaring red stallions that symbolized passion, power, and Italian pride. His cars weren't just vehicles. They were moving sculptures, works of art that happened to go 200 miles per hour. Owning a Ferrari wasn't about transportation, it was about status, power, proof you'd arrived. Kings wanted them. Movie stars begged for them. Businessmen saved their lives just to sit in one. But Enzo Ferrari was not an easy man. He was stubborn, arrogant, controlling. He believed his cars were perfect. Anyone who complained simply didn't understand them. His motto was simple: you do not tell Ferrari what to do, Ferrari tells you. This pride would soon create his greatest rival. Among those who owned Ferraris was a man Enzo barely noticed, a successful businessman who made his fortune not from sports cars, but from tractors. His name was Ferruccio Lamborghini. Ferruccio Lamborghini was born in 1916 in a tiny Italian farming village. His father was a grape farmer, poor, hardworking, honest. But young Ferruccio wasn't interested in grapes. He loved machines, engines, how things worked. When World War II ended in 1945, Italy was destroyed, cities bombed, economy shattered. But Ferruccio saw opportunity. The Italian military had abandoned tons of equipment: trucks, jeeps, parts. Ferruccio bought the scrap metal for almost nothing. Then he converted military vehicles into farming tractors. While others complained, Ferruccio built solutions. He turned garbage into gold. By the 1950s, Lamborghini Trattori was one of Italy's largest tractor companies. Ferruccio was a self-made millionaire, and like every successful Italian, he wanted the ultimate status symbol: a Ferrari. Not just one. Ferruccio bought several Ferraris. He loved them: the sound, the speed, the beauty. But there was a problem. His Ferraris kept breaking down. The clutch failed constantly. Ferruccio was a mechanical genius, so he examined it himself. Then he discovered something that made his blood boil. The clutch in his expensive Ferrari was the exact same clutch he used in his tractors. Enzo Ferrari was putting tractor parts in luxury sports cars. Ferruccio was furious. He'd paid a fortune for cars using cheap components. Ferruccio made a decision. He would go directly to Enzo Ferrari, face to face. He would explain the problem, suggest improvements. Ferruccio had no idea he was about to be insulted so badly it would birth a legend. Ferruccio Lamborghini walked into Enzo Ferrari's office in Maranello. Ferruccio explained the clutch problem politely and professionally. He suggested better components. He even offered to help. "I have engineers. Maybe we could collaborate?" Enzo Ferrari sat behind his desk, silent, staring, his face growing darker. And then, he spoke. "The problem, Signor Lamborghini, is not my car. The problem is you. You are a tractor maker, a farmer. You understand tractors. You understand dirt and vegetables. But you will never understand Ferraris. You may know how to drive a tractor, but you will never be able to handle a Ferrari properly. Stick to tractors, Lamborghini." The room went silent. Those words cut deeper than any knife. Ferruccio had built an empire from nothing. And now this man was calling him a simple farmer, dismissing him like he was nobody. Ferruccio stood up slowly. He looked Enzo directly in the eyes. "You're right about one thing, Ferrari. I am a tractor maker, and I make the best tractors in Italy. But now I'm going to make cars. And they will be so good that you and your Ferraris will look like toys. He walked out not defeated, not embarrassed, furious, motivated, unstoppable. Enzo Ferrari had just made the biggest mistake of his life. Ferruccio gathered his friends that night. I'm building a sports car company, and it will destroy Ferrari. His friends thought he was crazy. Against Ferrari, impossible. But Ferruccio wasn't joking. He had money, engineers, mechanical genius, and now something even more powerful, a burning desire to prove Enzo Ferrari wrong. Ferruccio wasted no time. He purchased land in Sant'Agata Bolognese, right in Ferrari territory. He targeted Ferrari's best engineers, people frustrated with Enzo's controlling nature. One major hire was Giotto Bizzarini, the man who designed the legendary Ferrari 250 GTO. Ferruccio told his team, "We will build cars faster than Ferrari, smoother than Ferrari, more reliable than Ferrari, and so beautiful the world stops to stare." The team worked day and night. Ferruccio demanded perfection, but unlike Enzo, he listened. In 1963, Automotive Lamborghini revealed its first creation, the 350 GT. The car was stunning. Elegant curves, powerful V12 engine, and more importantly, it worked perfectly. No overheating, no clutch problems, everything fixed. Orders flooded in. Ferruccio had built a legitimate sports car, a real competitor. But Enzo Ferrari laughed. "Toys for rich farmers," he said. His laughter wouldn't last long. In 1966, Lamborghini revealed something the world had never seen. Its name was Miura. It wasn't just a car, it was art, poetry, a revolution wrapped in metal. The Miura had a mid-mounted V12 engine, unheard of in road cars. It sat low, aggressive, sculpted like a predator. At the Geneva Motor Show, the entire room went silent. Then chaos. The Miura could reach 170 mph, faster than any Ferrari, and it looked like nothing else on Earth. Hollywood stars wanted it. Frank Sinatra bought one. Miles Davis bought one. This wasn't just a car, this was a cultural phenomenon. Even Enzo Ferrari had to admit something privately. Lamborghini had done the impossible. Ferruccio had turned insult into innovation, anger into art. But Enzo Ferrari didn't accept defeat. He doubled down on racing, Formula One, proving supremacy on the track. The rivalry became fascinating because these companies represented different philosophies. Ferrari was about control, discipline, and racing heritage. Lamborghini was about freedom, innovation, and pure driving pleasure. Throughout the 1970s and 80s, the rivalry intensified. Ferrari released the Daytona. Lamborghini countered with the Countach. Ferrari released the Testarossa. Lamborghini responded with the Diablo. Back and forth, each pushing boundaries, each creating instant legends. This rivalry made both companies better. Competition didn't destroy greatness. It created it. Ferruccio eventually sold his company in 1974, but he didn't regret anything. He'd proven his point. He retired peacefully, made wine, enjoyed grandchildren. Enzo Ferrari died in 1988 at age 90. He never admitted Lamborghini was his equal, but the world knew. Both men are gone, but their creations live on. That's their legacy. The beauty they created through competition. Sometimes the people who insult you are the ones who light your fire. The doubters, the mockers. They're not your enemies. They're your fuel. All those legendary Lamborghinis exist because one man was insulted, because one man was told he wasn't good enough. Maybe someone has dismissed your ideas, mocked your dreams, told you to stay in your lane. Remember Ferruccio Lamborghini? He didn't argue. He just built something so undeniably excellent that words became meaningless. That's the ultimate response to doubt. Not arguments, results. Build something so good they can't ignore it. Ferruccio's ego, his refusal to accept being dismissed, built an empire. Sometimes you need that fire, that unwillingness to accept others' limits on your potential. Competition makes everyone better. You need people pushing you, challenging you. That discomfort is where excellence is forged, where legends are made. This was the secret war between Ferrari and Lamborghini. not fought with weapons but with wheels, engines, and pure ego. Their story proves greatness often starts with rejection, that empires can be born from insults. So the next time someone tells you you're not good enough, remember the tractor maker who built supercars. Remember that sometimes all it takes to build an empire is one person telling you that you can't. Because pride doesn't always destroy kings. Sometimes, it builds them. This was Ferrari versus Lamborghini, proof that competition doesn't destroy greatness. It creates it.